So I'm gonna start, and it's very wonderful to see you all. Hi, my name is Benny Levine, and I'm very excited to see you here. I see that I hope you had a great Halloween. How was your Halloween? I see smiles. What did you dress for? Yeah, like this? Was great.
Hello.
Hello. So, listen, I will take you a little bit around Israel today. So, I hope you're excited about it because we're going to see several things. So, uh, I'm gonna really mute everyone now, but I'm gonna ask you to ask questions when you can. So, this will be really awesome. So, for you to ask any questions you want. But today we will start with something very special that happened in Israel today, really today. And I'm going to show you the 4 most interesting animals that is possible to see. I'm going to show you one interesting animal that almost ruined my drone. You know what is a drone? It's a flying camera. So I'm going to show you what happened there. I'm also going to show you the biggest, we're coming now very close to Christmas. So I'm going to show you where is the biggest Christmas tree in Israel. And I'm going to show you a special, interesting place that called a robot that know how to milk cows. So let's start, and I'm going to show you where we're going to travel. I hope you're ready for that. And we are going to start looking on the map of Israel. So right here, you can see the map of Israel right here. So we're going to start today. The first stop we're going to do is in Eilat. Israel have 4 seas. Number 1 right here is the Red Sea, Eilat, or that's the southern point of Israel. The second place we're going to visit will be in the area of the Dead Sea. And another area we are going to visit is in the Galilee, where I'm going to show you the place where I almost had my drone eaten by an
Shalom.
animal. So that's going to be very cool. But we have the Dead Sea here. That's the second sea. The third sea is the Mediterranean, and the fourth sea is the Sea of Galilee. But I heard some of you are from New York, and I heard the weather in New York is not really good now. And I wanted to show you one really interesting thing that we can see that affected what happened in Israel today. So this is a map with these moving arrows. If you can look closely, this is the wind. So let's start with America and see what's happening in America right now. If I'm gonna go and back a little bit, I can see that as more red, more purple the color is, the arrows are moving a little bit more fast. We can see they're going like 54 knots. Look at this. This is how an hurricane look like when we are looking on the winds. There is no wind here, but there is really fast wind here. And I heard on the East Coast, there is a really strong wind and maybe even rain, right? But if we look in Israel, we're going to go back to Israel for a second. We can see that it's not as big and strong, but something very unique happened. You see that the wind here are coming from this area all the way south. But here, those arrows going up, and right here in the middle, they are turning around right here, and they are clashing each other. And this morning, we saw some interesting clouds far away. But later on, we felt something in Eilat, and those clouds came. And Anybody recognize what we see here? If you recognize what we see here, please raise your hand or just unmute yourself and tell us what do we see. What do you think it is? Look how big it is. This is a centimeter, but this is actually an inch. Anybody knows what it is? Yes. Who is it? Lakota. Come on, I see your hand. Tell me, unmute yourself. What is it?
Hailstones.
Yes. And where are they coming from? Look at the size of them.
Well, hopefully they didn't land on someone's head.
Look at the
Or someone's
size of
windshield.
it. Look, this is a hand. Now look at your hand. This is a small hand. This is an adult hand. If you have an adult in your area, you should see their hand for a second and try to imagine that only 5 of those can come into one hand. Those are very special and unique moment. You know what happening? A drop of water falling down. It freezes because of the cold temperature. But then a strong wind comes from the bottom and lift it up again. It goes up again and it reaches warm temperature. And in this warm temperature, there is more rain. So there is more water around already ice. And it's falling again because it's becoming more heavy. And it's falling, falling, falling. And then another strong wind taking it up and down and up and down. And that's why I look at the size and look how it looks like. It really looks like you have circles in the middle. You see circle and then another layer of ice and another layer of ice and another layer of ice. But all of that is really cool and unique. But look what happened later on this day, like literally before sunset, on this beautiful valley in the desert. All this rain came and look, it's so dry, there is no water, but look at this water coming up. Water out of nowhere coming in the desert. Look how beautiful it is. Whoopa, it's coming. Whoo, it's strong. I need to move. I really need to move away. Look at this. It's so strong just because the rain falling on the ground in the desert, it's happening only in the desert, and the desert soil is so soft, so soft, and it's so tiny that when water touches it, if I enlarge it, it starts to grow like a ball. If you take a toilet paper and you smash it into a little ball and you put a little water on it, it starts to grow exactly like this. It's growing and it's one near another, and when they grow up, they become and touching each other, and the upper layer becoming like nylon, and nylon don't let any water go inside. So it was very strong rain for 30 minutes with strong wind. It's blocked the entire desert, and all of this water started to flow down and arrive. So I really wanted to share with that. It's the beginning of this beautiful and special, season in Israel, and it is very, very special. But now, right now, we
I have
are
a question.
yeah, perfect. Who want to ask a question?
Michael.
Hey, Michael, here, come near me.
Shalom.
Shalom. What's your question?
My question is that are you in Israel or here in Brooklyn?
So that's a very good question. Thank you, Michael, for asking it. I'm in Israel right now. So right now, if I turn off my camera, and I'm going to show you another camera of mine, so you can see where I'm sitting, and I can show you that it's already dark outside. So this is the camera I'm going to show you.
We have light. It's getting dark right now.
In America, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for sure. For sure, it's already It's already becoming here, dark here. Look at this. I'm gonna show you where I am, and you can see how dark it is already. So you can see me right here, but look, right here, this is, I will open up the window. You can see that it's
Yeah, it's dark. What part of Israel are you in?
So I'm in an area called Hefer Valley. It's not far from Caesarea.
How far is it from Akko?
Oh, let me show it to you. This is a great question.
Because I am in Akko.
Class.
You are what?
My class is Akko.
Ah, okay. You know what? It's a great question. So ready for me to show it to you on the map?
Isn't Israel not on lockdown?
Israel is not on lockdown anymore.
But it was before.
It was before. So this is Akko. This is your class. You see it right here. Okay. And
Acre.
yeah, this is Akko. This is how they write Acre in English. Actually, the spelling in English have a lot of options, and I live right here. That's where I am right now. Here it is. And I actually gonna show you, if you already asked, I'm gonna show you a little bit of something that happening on the place where I live. So I'm gonna skip this mountain, and those are, you can see clouds, and I love to fly. So I really took off with my paraglider and flew above the clouds. But you asked where I live, so I want to show you something that is very special on a place where I live. It's called the Moshav. And I want you to see something very interesting. What does it look like for you? This is look like for you something like
You're using a green screen.
a dry, yeah, but please I will answer all the questions. I just want to show a few other things. So yes, I am using green screen. Here you can see it on my other camera, but let's stay muted and I will give time for questions. Is that okay? Sounds good? Perfect. So look, it looks like a regular straw, right? It looks like what? Food for cows, maybe? But what's special about this food for cows? Look at this cow. It's eating it, right? It looks very, very simple. But this is actually a really special mix. It's made by this machine. You can see this machine. This machine is making it. It's mixing different straws. So the cows, when they are eating it, they're actually going to have everything in their food that they need to produce the best and the most healthy milk. Please raise your hand if you like milk. Please raise your hand if you, okay, Victor, I want you to unmute yourself and tell me what type of milk are you drinking and how milk comes where you're from?
The milk I like to drink is low fat milk, and it's like 1% of
And do you buy it in a carton box or a plastic jar?
No, it's a gallon.
It's a gallon, okay. But you know that actually what's interesting is those cows, and you can mute yourself. Thank you, Victor, for sharing. But you know that these cows need to eat something in order to give this milk and this milk to be amazing. So first of all, this machine is made, let's see if you can read it in Hebrew. It's written Mem, Yud, Vav, Tzadik, Reish, Miyutzal, and who can read this? Yud, Shin, Reish, Aleph, Lamed, Israel. made in Israel. And this machine had this special mixer, and then the cows eating it, they put for the cows that food. That food is so good that right here you can see on the neck of the cow, there is a special, very interesting technology that tells the farmer if the cow don't eat enough, or if the cow have a lot of milk and she didn't went to an automatic spa where a robot milking that cow. So before that, when the cow is full with milk, you can see that she's really full with milk. A farmer need to come and he need to milk the cow, or maybe some machines. He will take the cow, walk the cow to a special machine that will milk the cow. But right now, this cow, she goes by herself. She know that she wants, this is very not comfortable for the cow, this milk. So she want to be milked. So she walking to what we call the spa, because this area in the house of the cows have water sprinkles on top. And those water sprinkles are very, very nice for the cows. It's like taking a shower. So a lot of them just go and have fun in this area. Look, they're all standing there, even if they don't need to be milked.
Can I tell you something?
But right here, soon, okay? Please
Okay.
mute yourself for a moment, and then I will leave a place for questions. Look, this is a door. You see this door? They're all waiting to go inside, because what's gonna go and happen inside, look at this. I want to show you what's happening inside. So inside, right here, the cows are coming inside, they are standing. There is a robot. This robot have a handle. You can see that this handle is taking with two lasers and checking where it need to clean. So first of all, the robot comes and he cleans the cow so it can milk it, and the milk will be clear and have no different microbes or anything like this. So, and then he takes the pump, and with this red laser, you see this red laser, he put it on. In the meantime, the cow have special food. So the robot putting it on the cow. Here you have a computer that shows there is no people doing that. It's all robot. It's standing there open 24/7, and the cow, when she need to be milked, she coming and she going inside. Then when everything is connected, all the tubes, the robot start to milk the cow. And it's starting to milk the cow, and the milk going to a special canister. But we can see, you can see right here the numbers. The numbers are telling us how much of the milk is coming out. The cow is, in the meantime, eating special food. This also goes, you see this blue tube? This blue tube goes to a mini lab.
I have a
It's
question.
a laboratory where the robot here, right here, checking if the milk is good. If the milk is good, it's gonna go and join a big jar. And from this jar, this milk will be heated up a little bit. And
I have
then
a question.
that straight away go into the gallons that Victor have in his refrigerator. And in the meantime, you can see another cow is waiting and saying, "Moo! It's my turn, move away." Yes, Michael, you wanted to ask a question.
My question is that one of my friends, he goes to HLA and he wants to join. Can you let him in?
Yes. Let's see. I don't see anyone waiting. So if he's going to try to get inside, I will definitely, I'm looking on the waiting room and he will come. I will show it. I will let him in. Isn't it cool? Those cows are amazing, right? Now I'm gonna take you to a story that happened in this special, unique spot behind my house. And behind my house, I have my neighbor is a Yemenite Jew. He is coming from Yemen. His family is coming from Yemen, and he have this type of oven that you can see right here, and he making this unbelievable pita. But I have one interesting story to tell you that is very, very unique. Look at this. Oh, I see somebody is trying to come in. Michael, maybe that's your friend, so hopefully it is. I want you to see, can you see this book? Everybody can come closer and see. Do you see that it's written in Hebrew? Does this person holding the book in the right position? Or it's upside down?
It's upside down.
Upside down.
Upside down. So I tell you a funny story. I went with my dad to a place where a lot of Yemenite Jews were praying. And one of them was holding the book like this, upside down. So I said to my dad, Dad, listen, when I was maybe 10 years old, I don't know how old you are, but when I was 10 years old, I said to my dad, he don't know how to read. He's holding the book upside down, right? It's great. Who holding a book upside down? It's not normal, right? So my dad said, please don't go there. You will embarrass him. He's like, he can be your grandfather. That's what my dad said. Look. So I said, you know what? I waited for my dad to not look, and I went. They said, Grandpa, you don't know how to read, right? He said, of course I know how to read. They said, no. And he says, okay, test me. So I opened the book and I pointed with my finger and I said, can you read? And he read, Shalom, ma shlomchem, like this. And I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. This book you know by heart. So he said, go to the bookshelf and choose any book you want. So I ran before my dad will see what I'm doing. I ran to the bookshelf. I picked up the book. I brought it back and I gave him. And I said, read. And he was reading. And I asked him, how does it happen? So he said, when I was living in Yemen, we didn't have a lot of books. So 4 people were sharing a book, sitting around the same table from 2 sides. So those people that were sitting in front of the book know how to read normally. But the people that sit on the other side of the book, they know only to read upside down. They don't know how to read in a proper way. Okay, and now I'm gonna see what do you want to see next. So in order to vote, you know where is your reactions on the Zoom. If you go to reactions, you can do this. You see this like this. That you can see in the back. I'm doing this right here. Or you can choose a different one like this. Woohoo! Yeah, like this. You can see it. So if you find, hey, Victor, perfect. You're doing it well. So I'm gonna give you a choice, and I'm gonna give everybody 10 seconds to vote for the first choice, and then 10 seconds to vote for the second. So our first choice is to go and see the most amazing 4 animals that everybody that visit Israel can see. Okay, this is number 1. Wait, choice number 2, we can go and see really a place where you can touch ancient cannonballs. Okay, 2 things we can see now. We can see ancient cannonballs and where in Israel you can touch them. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is 4 animals that are really cool that you can see in Israel. So whoever wants to see cannonballs, put your reaction right now. I want to see it. Cannonballs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have 6 votes for that. Let's try the other one. 4 animals. 4 animals that are amazing that you can see in Israel. Let's see who wants to see 4 animals. One of them glowing in the dark. Who wants? Come on, I'm starting. Put any reaction you want in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I might need to show you both of them because we also have 6 for that. So let's start with the animals. The first animal is this one. So right here, this picture was taken about 4 days ago when the first shark came to visit us. So where are sharks in Israel? So first of all, Eilat in the Red Sea, like I showed you in the south. But this one, I took 15 minutes away from my house because near my house, I have a power plant. Let me show you on my map, a power plant. Look at this, hoppa. So that's where I live, we said, right here. Okay, this is El Yachin, that's where I live. But right here, there is a power plant in a city called Hadera. And you can see that in order to make power, they bring in coal right here on a boat. The coal goes inside. Then they go into these big buildings. In these buildings, they burn the coal. The fire is moving a turbine and turn it into electricity. But right here, look what's happening. You see those jets. Look, let me get closer. Can you see? If you see, do this with your head. Okay, like this. Woohoo!
Ben, he joined.
Those jets are actually bringing hot water outside from the factory because this entire machine making so much heat that it needs to cool down by salt water that they taking from the sea and putting down to cool the machines and take them out. And the sharks, those sharks, look how cool they are. Look how close we are to them. They are not aggressive. It's super fun. We need to put wetsuit not to be cold in the water. And we go inside and we can snorkel with them. And it's really something you can do from November to about January in Israel. So if you ever come to Israel in this time, in the winter, you can go and snorkel with sharks. Who was expecting to see sharks in Israel? I guess none of you. Oh, I see Victor.
Can I tell you a question?
Michael, you did. Okay, the second animal is this. So this animal is really cool. This animal called gazelle.
I think I saw it before.
Really?
I was driving to my dad's friend's house in Tel Aviv and I saw it.
Okay, perfect. That sounds really, really good. So I want to show you 2 really funny things, okay? So one of them is, let me show it to you. Here you go. Wait, sorry, I can't find it. Let me find it. Here it is. So this gazelle is unbelievable. Gazelles live in the desert in a flat area. Now they live in the desert in a flat area, and look at their legs. So they have very long ears so they can hear from far, far away. Okay, like really from far away. They can hear the enemy coming from far away, but then they have those legs, they can run really fast, and they can jump. Listen to that. They can jump to 21 feet away. 21 feet away, it's unbelievably a lot. So the Israeli Post decided that the gazelle will be their logo. You see that gazelle? And it's written Doar Israel, the Post of Israel. But sometimes we make a joke because the post is so slow and the gazelle is so fast that maybe they should change their logo to something like this. Anybody recognize this animal? Yes? What animal is this?
Turtle.
Turtle, right. But at least with the turtle, it will arrive. So this is another really cool animal, and we almost finishing, but look at this one. Whoa. Anybody can recognize this animal?
Scorpion.
Scorpion, exactly. But what happened to this scorpion? Why he is so glowing and he is so yellow? So this scorpion,
He's in the sea.
so he's in the sea. That's interesting. He's actually in the desert. So the scorpion is really in the desert, and you can see his beautiful glowing color because inside his body, you know how we have sometimes paint that we can put or paint ourselves and it's gonna glow at night. Sometimes you have stars that you can put on, right? Put on the ceiling, and they look really white, but at night they glow in this beautiful color. And what happening to the scorpion, it's absorbing light during the day, and at night, this specific scorpion releasing light. That's really, really beautiful. So before we finishing, and I'm gonna give you some more time for questions, I'm gonna show you something that almost took my drone away. And if you want to know what is a drone, or
A drone is something that can fly and you can see something. It's a helper that, like, if you can't reach something, you could just take a drone, then after you can put it in the sky, and then after you can see what's happening.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes. So basically,
I lost my drone in the woods.
you did. So this is my drone. Like you said, I also have a drone. It's have 4 copters like this and the camera. But I almost lost my drone doing something different. Look at this. So it's a migration season, and those are pelicans, and pelicans were flying one way and then they turned, and I'm like, uh-oh, what I'm going to do? No, whoa. And that was a very close one. And somehow they didn't hit the drone. But what was the most amazing is that those pelicans are flying in circles. You see that they are flying in circles? I didn't realize why they fly in circles. So my last question to you that I will answer now, and then answer any questions you have, why they fly in circles. Why birds, many times when you look at them and they are in a pack like this, they're flying in circles. Those, by the way, going now for the winter because it's become very cold in Europe, they're flying to Africa where it's going to be so warm and nice for them. But now they are passing above Israel. And this is very close to my house. That's where the sea in the background. But look how beautiful they are, very close. Thanks God, or so much luck that they didn't hit the drone, because we already know you can lose it in the woods. You can lose it to a bird, because they are very strong. So why do you think they fly in circles? Come on, anybody have an answer for that? I can see Noam, your brother behind. Yes? Come on. Tell us, why do you think they fly in circles?
ליאם, למה אתה חושב? תגיד לו.
Tagid,
But can I tell a question?
the question is why the birds fly in circles?
I don't know why.
Okay, anybody want to guess why they fly in circles? Look, look.
Because they want to find they want to find food.
This is great answer. They want to find food. This is one of the answers. What can be another answer, Victor?
The other answer is to conserve heat because they're moving around, which conserves heat around them to be able to survive time enough and not be cold for their flight all the way to another hotter place.
So they heating themselves up. This is another great idea. Anybody have another idea? So look.
Oh, they're looking for other ones that stay behind too.
So first of all, this way they can wait for everybody. But look, when I tell you a bird that flies, usually what you will say, the bird's moving their wings. And by moving their wings, if you do that right now, do that at home, you feel the wind. I want you to try that. You feel the wind? Okay, now I want you to do that above the other hand, like this. But don't hit the hand. Don't give yourself a high five. Can you feel the wind that your hand is doing on the other hand? So if you do that, you push the air down and you can fly up. But look at this bird. Are they moving their wings or not? So this is the cool thing. This bird can fly 200 miles without moving their wings even once. Because what they do right now, they found a hot air. And hot air goes up or down?
Up.
Up. Hot air always go up. That's why we have hot air balloon, because then it will fly up. So they found a hot air that's going up right now. And they turning around, trying to stay in this hot air that goes up. And when they get enough altitude, they will glide. They will do and they will feel and sense with their body if there is another hot air. And then they find a more hot air and they will circle and go up like in a spiral and glide. Ooh. And then we'll find another hot air and we'll turn around and go up and then glide again. Shoo. And then like this, they can fly 200 miles. It was great seeing you in Israel. If you have more questions, please ask. I'm here to answer any question you have for so far. I hope you enjoyed this short visit to Israel on Sunday, and I want to wish you happy Halloween. Yes, Victor, what's your question?
Can I tell
Question.
Bevakasha.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Benny Levin.
Ken?
So you're here. So in the back of you, you have like birds. How do you do that? You share
Call
your
the background.
You froze. Benny, you're frozen.
It's called the background. It's same thing as I'm
I
using.
can make-
It is called the
How do you make it?
You
can
just
go
go
to-
on the camera thingy, then you just press on the arrow that's going up, press virtual background. If you have photos of anything, open it how much times you need to, and then it'll turn into a background. And if you want, you can put it on. It can also be on videos or images.
Thank you very much. This was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for the tech support, Victor. And I can finish with putting up some glasses.
The same. Can choose virtual.
So
Wait,
have a, yes, Victor.
weren't you also gonna say about ancient canyon stuff?
When are we
Yeah,
gonna see each
we're
other
now
again?
finishing with our time. If you had a good time and enjoyed, join
Benny.
us next Sunday. We're going to visit more places in Israel.
Benny.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
This virtual background. What do I do? I don't know.
You click on it. After you opened it, you see you go to background, you only have none. Then you press on the plus sign with the box,
Shalom,
Whoa.
shalom,
and then you put
everyone.
on that pic.
Image or add video?
Image or video, either of them. He's using videos, but you can use images. Just like Michael, he has a video.